My background is I went to school for communications management, but I always wanted to do something on my own. And so my entire career has been pretty much developing some sort of a product or service that I was doing. I've been in publishing, I've been in marketing, advertising. I actually spun off and started a barter company, all these things over the years. And then at one point, I ended up getting involved in a high-tech situation, which is probably one of the few environments I think that an entrepreneur can thrive in when they say, look, we've never done this before. We need your help. You start this department and do it. And so I had worked for a company called Skillsoft and helped to take that company public back in 2000. And that was a fun experience. But then eventually it got to be the point where it's like I missed doing things on my own. You know, companies go through mergers, and it's just, if you're an entrepreneur,
you get further and further away from the decision making. And
yeah, it's like, I had my independence. You appreciated what I did, and all of a sudden now you've got red tape. I'm not into that. So that, I think, as an entrepreneur, we like to have freedom to move. I don't like to work for a battleship that takes forever to turn around. So long story short, during that time that I was working in a high-tech environment, we were in the e-learning space, and I was traveling all over North America, like a lot of people, I wasn't taking care of myself. My parents were getting sick. I had gained weight. I was traveling all the time. Lower back pains. It was really problematic. And you can't function in a business situation when you don't feel good. And so, long story short, I went to the gym, tried different trainers, found a guy who I really liked because he was kind of the antisocial guy who didn't say hi to everybody in the gym. Perfect. Focus on me. Help me to get better. And then he went out and he started and bought a Fitness Together franchise, which is personal training. And that's really what I became his first client. And so that was my personal story. That was 15 years ago. I said, I've been involved in corporate training. This is personal training. It's really helped me. I want to get back involved in this because my whole thing was having my own business again and empowering other young people to be able to do the same. And so that's when I got in this business 13 years ago. I wanted to be an area director because I'm older than you guys. I've done all this stuff. I've had sales teams report to me. But it didn't work out. The guy who was selling decided to go in another route. So I said, well, I'm going to take over. And I acquired 2 locations, actually.
Okay.
So I bought 2 locations in 2005. Fitness Together is a national franchise. I think there's about 175 operating units. And my whole thing was, let me build up an organization. So you have sales managers, area directors. And my other experience was, for years, I did marketing, advertising, and I wanted to be able to promote it. So my role was really spokesperson, PR, advertising, and coaching the team. And eventually I got to the point of having 4 locations.